Hi, I'm Laura Campbell from Baby Ladies, and I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to look after your newborn and how to achieve the birth that you want. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about sterilising bottles, and I'm going to be doing it in the simplest way possible. What we want to do at all times is make sure that we've got a sterile surface, so just using your antiseptic wipes or your milk and spray, just clean down your surfaces. And then we're going to take some soap and water to the bottles. Make sure that you separate all of the parts of the bottles and give them a good old clean. We're going to take the teats out as well. So just give that a good old wash. And we're looking to clear all of the milk particles because that's what can make a baby ill. So we're giving a good clean of the teats, and then make sure you rinse it really well. And there are three methods of sterilisation. You can either boil all of your equipment, you can use a cold water steriliser, or you can use a steriliser that uses chemicals in which to sterilise things. I prefer to use the steam steriliser purely because we're not using chemicals, we're just using water and heat. So I'm following my manufacturer's instructions, and I know that I need 200 millilitres of water to go in here. So literally going to measure that out. Pop it into the steriliser, turn our bottle over, make sure that everything's nicely separated. Just going to pop the lid on there. And again, following the manufacturer's instructions, I know that this is going to take 3 minutes at 800 watts. Just going to pop that in the microwave for 3 minutes, and off that goes. Now, a really good idea as well when you're preparing bottles is to have 2 separate kettles, one for baby and one for you, so that you've got your home usage one, and then you know that you've got one in the morning that you can fill up, and then you can leave that for the day, and that's cool boiled water, and you've got enough milk for your enough water for your baby's milk throughout the day. So I know that this is cool boiled, and once the steriliser's finished in the microwave, I'm going to get that out and be able to prepare a bottle of milk. So before I take my steriliser out, I'm just going to wash my hands. It really is common sense. Just keep making sure your surfaces are clean, that you're using a nice clean towel to wash your hands, and then you're not having to worry as much about touching things. It does become quite an issue for some people that they're touching things. Sterilisation becomes a bit obsessive compulsive. So I'm just going to open that up, be very careful. Obviously if it's just come out of the microwave, you're going to get steam coming out of it, so just let it cool down for a little bit. I'm then going to put the bottle together. The bottles that I'm using today are anti-colic, so I have got a few more components than you would normally have. So I've got the bottle base, and these little bits here are the anti-colic, so they just literally slot together like so. I'm then going to take my teat, and I'm going to take the bottle ring, and I literally just pop that in there, push it down. Try not to touch the top of the teat. I'm just going to pull it through like that. Screw the lid on, pop your top on, and then you've got your sterile bottle. If I'm going out and about, I'm going to take my sterile bottle, and you can get these fantastic cartons of ready-made milk, which means that you're not having to worry about making up a bottle. You can get separate milk dispensers that you can put your powdered milk into. I find that these are easiest on the go, and you know that you're not going to make any mistakes. So if we're going to make up a bottle, what we're going to do is leave the top on the bottle so that that stays nice and sterile. We're then going to open up the bottle, take off the cap. Using our cool boiled water from our separate kettle, we're just going to place in here. I'm going to use 200 millilitres because this is what my milk suggests that I use. Obviously, if you're using defrosted breast milk, you can just put that straight in. If you're using powdered milk, then you just literally follow the instructions on the side, because they're slightly different for ages of baby and different types of milk. So what I'm going to do is just open that out. I'm going to get my scoop out, just make sure that that's nice and clean. I'm then going to put my powder in there. Now what you don't want to do is pack it full of milk, because that can become too concentrated. So I've literally just scooped that out. I'm going to use the side of the box there just to level that off. And then I know that it's 1 scoop. I'm going to pop that into my bottle. I'm going to put this bit back in there. Put my nice lid on. Make sure that that's nice and tight. And I'm literally just going to shake that. Make sure all of the milk is dissolved. Now, if I wanted to cool this down, I could put it in a jug of cold water or just run it under a tap. I can test the milk just on the inside of my arm to make sure that it's not too hot for baby. So that one's a bit too hot. So what I would do is just literally go to the sink, put on my cold tap, and cool down my milk. It's as simple as that. Details of the Arbonne products are on my website, so you can buy them from there.